But for now, the project has been approved, and I think in the future you won't be able to think of Phoenix without thinking of this guy. One thing that is sort of quite significant for our work is that we always work a lot with the public participation. Even though it's like privately commissioned a project, it always has this relationship with the public. In some projects we work much more closely with the public element. We did the city hall of Tallinn, that is essentially trying to undo the dichotomy of having the people outside and the politicians inside, lifting the city hall above, creating a continuous public marketplace where people can enter and see the politicians working. This could be Stefano Boeri in Milan. And the idea is that all of the departments create like almost like a village of spaces. The city hall, this is the old city hall. You know, in Europe, all city halls need a spire. So we put the city council inside the spire. They have a giant space with a mirror ceiling. So when the politicians are making difficult decisions, all they have to do is look up and they get a perfect periscope overview of the city they're messing with. As a side effect, when the angry citizens gather to demonstrate, they get a perfect overview of city council and can see if politicians are sleeping or doing dirty deals. We call this the democratic periscope that combines public insight with political overview. And to our luck, the politicians liked it, so we won the competition. I'm sure Berlusconi would love this kind of engagement. And actually, in one case, we took the idea of public participation to the extreme, where we basically surrendered authorship to the public. Denmark had a cartoon crisis some years ago where a Danish newspaper commissioned cartoonists to make fun of the Prophet Muhammad, pissing off like 1 billion Muslims. They were even burning cardboard figures of the Danish Prime Minister, which is normally an honor that we reserve for the President of the United States. And also, this is where our office is in Copenhagen. And these are Islamic boys from our neighborhood that also got pissed off and burned some cars and some trash cans. So when we got invited to do a project right next to our office in Copenhagen, our office is right here, we knew that this project was going to be all about public participation. This is Iwan Barn shooting the project after completion. And essentially we turned it into what we call the red square, where everything is different shades of red. Valentina did a very nice portrait of this project in Habitat. Even the walls are red, so it's this like three-dimensional space. Then we did something called the black market, where everything is black. And finally the green park, where everything is green. And the main idea is that rather than populating this with Danish design everywhere, we reached out to the local community through a series of meetings and through a series of ads in the newspapers and asked people to nominate elements from their other home country. So it would be weird if the Danes had done the only nice bench and the only nice trash can. So as a result, and the main idea about integration is that this has nothing to do with political correctness. You know, you would never eat Chinese food to be nice to the Chinese. It's because sometimes you want noodles or spring rolls. And it's the same, like we didn't put a Moroccan fountain in the middle of Copenhagen, but it's because, to be nice to the Moroccans, but it's because the Moroccans have an amazing sort of tradition for these architectural water features. So this is a real Moroccan fountain in Copenhagen. We have this sound system from Jamaica, where you can plug your iPad or iPhone. The neighbors hate us for this. And then actually like a real art exhibition, we have these plates that say what it is and where it's from in the language of the country and in Danish. We have like a mussel beach that combines elements from Thailand with I think India, Iraq, Turkey, so different elements from Turkey. Like different countries have different elements. Of course, this is from England, cast iron from Ghana, a pedestrian signal from England. And because it's Denmark, everybody goes on bicycles in Denmark. 40% of the Copenhageners commute by bicycle. So we have bicycle racks from Finland in this case. The sign on the red square is the actual sign from the red square. We have a bus stop from Kazakhstan. We have this elephant from Ukraine. We had to make a copy because the original elephant is from Chernobyl and it was like very radioactive. So and like even it's down to the manhole covers from France, Switzerland. This one is from Israel. We thought since the majority of the immigrants are from Islamic background, it would be nice with a completely indestructible object from Israel. We even found palm trees in China that grow in snow. We have this like very nice octopus from Tokyo. And when you look at the benches, it becomes almost like a cultural study. This is an S-curved love seat from Mexico that allows you to look the person you are sitting next to into the eyes. This is a bench from Belgium where everybody looks away from each other. So you know, you have like radically different countries with radically different sensibilities. And we even have like a series of funky lamps from Italy that make the Green Park like this sort of exotic, like Narnia-like experience. And actually, when it comes to lamps, one of the main drivers of, like one of the main sort of indicators that you're in a foreign culture when you're traveling is actually the advertisement. So as these very colorful sculptural lamps, we have neon signs that advertise things you cannot buy in Denmark. My favorite, like this is Osborne, the bull from Spain. My favorite one is actually this one. It's the sign of a dentist in Qatar. And of course the red square, you have all these elements from former Soviet countries. And actually working together with Tobotek 1, the landscape architects, and Superflex, we also made a little app that actually tells you all of the stories, like who actually recommended this object and why is it there and what's the story behind it. So it almost becomes like a real urban exhibition. Of course, in a project like this, it's very much about national identity. A project we did that's all about identity, even though it's a quite small project, was the project for the National Art Museum of Greenland. You might know that Greenland used to be part of the Royal Danish Kingdom. Now they got autonomy.